And foremost, I would like to say I appreciate everyone tapping in with the channel. It's a new page. We're trying to get it up and going. Um, Also, another thing, if you guys have any recommendations, drop it down in the comments. I'm reading all the comments, and I appreciate y'all listening. All right, let's get into it. So, for this episode, we're gonna go to probably the most notorious prison in all of America, people. Seriously, I'm talking about Florence Supermax, ADMAX, Administrative Maximum Facility Penitentiary. Yeah, crazy shit. I'm talking this place got crazy barbed wire fences and all the above. But anyways, it's an American federal prison in Fremont County near Florence, Colorado. It's operated by the FBI Prisons, Federal Bureau of Prisons, a division of the United States Department of Justice. USP ADX Florence, which opened in 1994, is classified as a Supermax or a control unit prison, thus providing a higher, more controlled level of custody than a maximum security prison. Now, Pelican Bay, that was a maximum security prison. But this is a maximum security prison. Like, if you mess up at Pelican Bay, you more than likely gonna come here. Anyways, Florence forms part of the Federal Correction Complex in Florence, FCC Florence, which is situated on 49 acres of land and houses in different facilities, varying degrees of security, including the United States Penitentiary Florence High. Florence was commissioned when the Federal Bureau of Prisons needed a unit designed specifically for secure housing of those prisoners most capable of extreme, sustained violence towards staff or other inmates. In other words, some crazy ass people. June 2022, there are a total of 344 inmates housed. They are confined to 23 hours a day in single cells with facilities made of poured, reinforced, hella rebar, and some other stuff, concrete. And it helps to deter self-harm and are under 24-hour supervision. So therefore, if Jeffrey Epstein was there, he would still be alive. And yeah, but for some reason, they didn't want to put him here. They should have, but because he didn't get sentenced, but they could have held his ass there. Anyways, let's check out some of these notable inmates. There's a lot of different inmates here with a lot of different classifications. You got your terrorists, your domestic terrorists, your gang leaders, and all that. So anyways, let's start with the foreign terrorists, the people that harmed Americans that are terrorists. So anyways, French citizen. Okay, how do you pronounce this dude's name? Zacharias Moussaïoui. Anyways, this dude on the screen with the beard, he's a French citizen and an Al Qaeda operative. He pled guilty to terrorism conspiracy charges in 2005. That was a year before I graduated high school. For playing a key role in planning the 9/11 attacks by helping the hijackers obtain flight lessons, money, and material used in the attacks. He's serving 6 life sentences. He's not getting out. Next up, Ramzi Youssef. He is convicted of 1994 terrorism conspiracy and other charges in connection with the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, which killed 6 people and injured more than 1,000. He was also convicted in 96 of planning Project Bojinka. You guys go Google that. A foil plot conceived by senior Al Qaeda member Khalid Sheikh Mohammed to bomb 12 planes in a 48 time period. Yo, these dudes was angry. Like, they were super, super mad. Like, these dudes are real life demons. Anyways, he's serving a life plus 240 years. There's not a chance, there's not a snowball chance in hell this man is gonna get out. Next up is Colin Muhammad. He's also an Al Qaeda operative from Tanzania. He convicted in the connection to the 1998 United States Embassy bombings in Kenya and Tanzania in Africa, which were conceived by Al Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. The bombings killed 224 people and injured more than 4,000. Man, that's crazy. Like, these terrorists on here are crazy. We got more people. Stay tuned now. Abu Hamza alMasri. He's from Egypt. He's an Egyptian. He's Egyptian and former associate of the late Al Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. Extradited from the UK in 2012, convicted in 2014 of masterminding the kidnapping of Westerns in Yemen and conspiring to establish a terrorist training camp in Oregon in 1999. Well, it's a damn good thing he didn't get that thing going. You feel me? Yeah, he's serving a life sentence under the name of Kamel. He changed his name up. It ain't gonna save him. It's over for you, player. You're through. Next up, Richard Reid, up out of the United Kingdom. He's a British national who became an Al Qaeda operative. He pled guilty in 2002 to attempted use of a weapon of mass destruction in connection with the 2001 attempt to detonate explosives hidden in his shoes on a plane traveling from Paris to Miami, known as the Shoe Bomber. Dude is crazy. Like, bruh. Like, man, he's insane. Serving 3 life sentences plus 110 years. So for the next, until he croaks, he is in that cell for 23 hours a day going crazy. He's probably talking to himself and punching the walls and shit or something. Next up. Damn. Umar Abdulmutallab. Maybe I said it right, maybe I didn't. He's from Nigeria. He's a Nigerian national and Al Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula operative. Follower of the late militant cleric Anwar al-Awlaki. He pleaded guilty in 2011 to attempted use of a weapon of mass destruction for trying to blow up Northwest Airlines Flight 253 from Amsterdam to Detroit on Christmas Day in 2009. He was nicknamed the Underwear Bomber as the bomb was sewn into his underwear. Bruh, they really turned dude into a crash test dummy. Like, bruh, he was about to crash out, for sure. He's serving 4 life sentences plus 50 years. Good grief. Dude's gonna never get out. Never gonna get out. I gotta fire up to that one. Next up, Ahmed Rasheed. He's from Algeria. He's an Algerian national convicted in 2001 of terrorism conspiracy for planning to bomb LAX on December 31st, 1999, in what is known as the 2000 Millennium Attack Plots. Y'all remember 1999 when the clock was about to hit 2000? They thought the computers and shit was gonna stop working and just planes were gonna fall out the sky and just all the crazy shit. That shit was a trip. I remember that. But he's serving a 37-year sentence scheduled for release on July 1st, 2032. They gonna release dude? What are you talking about? Blowing some shit up? 30? Good grief. Oh well. Next one. Simeon Trinidad from Colombia. He's a member of FARC, Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, a guerrilla group on the U.S. State Department list of terrorist organizations, convicted in 2007 of terrorism conspiracy for his involvement in 2003 kidnapping of 3 American military contractors. Damn. Well, he is serving a 60-year sentence under the name, I'm not even going to say his damn name, but he's scheduled for release on February 17, 2055. Well, I be damned, player. That's all bad. And that's not player. Next. Suleiman Abu Gaith. Listen, I know I'm pronouncing these names wrong, okay? But who cares? I ain't got to respect these dudes in their name. But shit, y'all know who I'm talking about. That's why I got the pictures on the screen, people. Anyways, he's an Al-Qaeda spokesman and son-in-law to bin Laden. He's convicted in March 2014 for conspiring to kill Americans and providing materials support to terrorists. See what I'm saying? He's serving 1 life sentence. So I guess he got lucky. He didn't get 7 life sentences and 1,000 years on top of it. Next up, Mohammed Salem. He's an Al-Qaeda co-founder and advisor to bin Laden, extradited in 1998 for participating in U.S. embassy bombings and sentenced to life in prison for attempted murder during an escape attempt in 2000. See? If he would have just escaped and just got away, he probably would have got away. But no, he has to do too much. Now he's serving a life sentence. See, he's lucky he ain't get 1,000 years. Next up, Mohamed Abu Halima. He's an Egyptian terrorist who was one of the men convicted in the 1993 World Trade Center bombings in 1988. He traveled to Afghanistan to receive combat training. He also assisted al-Nasser in the assassination of a far-right rabbi, Mir Kahin, R.I.P. to that guy, and he was the getaway driver. Well, just by him being the getaway driver, you know how much time he got, people? He is serving a 240-year sentence, shortened to 1,300 months, scheduled for release in 2060. 2060. It's over for him. This dude is probably already like in his 60s. Next up, Mohammed Jabara. He's a Canadian citizen convicted of plotting to bomb U.S. embassies in Singapore and the Philippines. He was turned over to U.S. authorities after agreeing to assist them with terror investigations. He was sentenced to life in federal prison in 2008 as a result of violating terms of his release. They smoked his ass. And he's serving a life sentence. Next, Umar Tuhi. He's a perpetrator of the Bishop International Airport attack in Flint, Michigan in 2017, during which he stabbed an airport police lieutenant in the neck. Convicted in 2018 of committing an act of terrorism transcending national boundaries. They gave him a life sentence too. Next up is Abdullah Elbanasawa. He plotted to carry out bombing attacks in Times Square and New York City subway. Convicted of material support, conspiracy to commit terror acts transcending national boundaries in 2016, and sentenced to 40 years in federal prison in 2018. Elbanasawa was sent to ADX after he committed the stabbing of correction officers Dale Frankett Jr. at the United States Pen in Allenwood on December 7th, 2020. Frank lost an eye in the attack. Damn. He's serving a 40-year sentence scheduled for release May 11th, 1951. I'll be about 60, 70 years old around that time. Next, Mohammed Rasheed Dowd Alawiya. Al-Qaeda operative, convicted of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction in relation to his role in the 1998 United States Embassy bombings in Kenya. He sentenced to life in prison in 2001, and he was transferred to Florence Supermax in 2022 from Marion CMU. Damn. So dude is fresh there. Like, he just arrived like a few months ago to his new home. Look at him. He's going to live the rest of his dying days there. And the last up for the terrorists is Akayed Ullah, Bangladesh national who partially detonated a pipe bomb in Times Square on 42nd of Port Authority bus terminal station in New York City subway. The blast injured 3 bystanders, and the perpetrator, Ullah, was convicted of possessing a criminal weapon, making terrorist threats, and supporting an act of terrorism in 2018, and sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years in 2021. He will never go back to Bangladesh ever again. It's through. He's going to die in America's soil, people. It's over for him. So, that was all of the terrorists, right? Now, let's get into some of the domestic terrorists. Okay? First off,